You've probably experienced this before. You spend hours studying, feeling proud, feeling productive, thinking, yeah, I nailed it tonight. But then you wake up the next morning, open your notes, and it's like someone wiped your brain clean. Everything you studied just vanished. And the worst part is, it's not because you're lazy or not smart. It's simply how the brain works. It keeps what feels important and quietly deletes the rest. Brutal, but true. Meanwhile, in Japan, high school students memorize over 2,000 kanji characters, each one a tiny puzzle with multiple meanings and readings. They don't just recognize them, they write them, understand them, and remember them for years. So you start wondering, are Japanese students superhuman? Do they study 20 hours a day? Do they have secret samurai brainpower passed down for generations? The answer is none of that. Their real secret is simple. They work with their brain, not against it. They don't grind harder. They follow how memory actually works. Most people think learning starts when they sit at their desk. But in Japan, learning begins much earlier, sometimes the moment you wake up. The brain isn't an engine that revs instantly, it's more like soil. Dry soil won't grow anything no matter how many seeds you throw at it. But warm it, water it, give it light, and suddenly everything sticks. That's why many Japanese students start their day with sunlight, even if it's just a short walk or a few minutes by the window. Morning light tells the brain, wake up, today matters. It boosts alertness, sharpens focus, and sets a rhythm for learning. Some even add simple movement, stretching, breathing, a short walk, not a workout, just enough to wake the body. Studies show 10 minutes of gentle activity can boost memory by nearly 20%. 10 minutes. That's it. Before diving into new material, many Japanese students do a quick recall of what they learned yesterday. Not rereading, not highlighting, just trying to pull the information out of memory. Western students often overload themselves with more input, but Japanese students strengthen memory by practicing output. And that small shift makes everything stick deeper. There's also something beautifully quiet in their routines, small rituals. Pouring tea slowly, tidying a desk, taking one deep breath. These aren't just habits. They send a message to the brain. Pay attention. This matters. And when something feels important, the brain saves it. Only after all of that do Japanese students sit down to study for real. But even then, they don't force themselves through long, painful marathons fueled by caffeine and self-loathing. They study in focused intervals, about 40 minutes on, 10 minutes off. This mirrors the brain's natural rhythm. When their concentration dips, they don't fight it. They pause, stretch, breathe, look outside. And science shows that during these quiet breaks, while you think you're doing nothing, your brain is actively organizing everything you just learned. Breaks aren't the enemy. Breaks are part of the process. Instead of rereading chapters endlessly, they use spaced repetition. Learn today. Recall tomorrow. Recall again later in the week. Again next week. Each recall sharpens the memory like honing a blade. After a few weeks, the knowledge becomes so deeply imprinted that forgetting it would actually take effort. And the best part? This method saves time, because you're not wasting hours reviewing things your brain has already tuned out. Through the afternoon, they also avoid the kind of heavy meals that knock you out. They keep their energy stable: rice, fish, vegetables, foods that sustain focus instead of killing it. Even in packed classrooms, they use tiny mindfulness resets, a slow breath, a small pause, a posture shift. These micro moments prevent burnout before it even begins. But here's the part most students never think about. The real magic happens at night. Memory isn't locked in when you study. It's locked in while you sleep. That's why many Japanese students do a light review before bed. Not studying, just touching the information once more for 10 minutes. It tells the brain, keep this. And while they sleep, the hippocampus replays it, strengthens it, saves it. Like hitting the save button on a computer. Skip it, and it's like shutting down without saving the file. Deep sleep is the ultimate learning hack. It repairs the brain, organizes memories, and clears out useless noise. But it only works if sleep is consistent and calm. That's why many Japanese routines avoid screens before bed, avoid late-night chaos, and keep nights quiet. Every midnight scroll, every late episode, every extra cup of coffee steals from tomorrow's memory. Before sleeping, many students follow the principle of kaizen, a tiny step forward every day. One sentence in a journal. One flashcard. One kanji. Small steps, done consistently, build momentum for tomorrow. They also embrace the quiet space between actions. A moment of silence before bed transitions the mind from alertness to restoration. And when the mind rests, memory stays. While many Western students bounce between extremes, late night cramming, exhausted mornings, drowsy afternoons, and even more cramming, Japanese students follow a rhythm. Morning sets your mind, afternoon builds your knowledge, evening seals it, night protects it. It's not intensity that wins, it's rhythm. Japanese students aren't superhuman. They don't have special genes or massive IQs. What they have is a routine that respects how the brain naturally learns. Their mornings aren't rushed, they're aligned. Their afternoons aren't chaotic, they're structured. Their evenings aren't wasted, they're intentional. Their nights aren't restless, they're restorative. Put all these small habits together and something remarkable happens. Knowledge doesn't just visit your mind for a test, it stays for life. So the next time you say, "I'm just not a morning person," or, "I'll never remember this stuff," maybe the problem isn't you. Maybe it's the method. The Japanese way proves one simple truth. You don't need more hours. You just need a better rhythm. And here's your invitation. Tomorrow morning, try just one tiny piece of this routine. Not the whole thing. Just one small step, 2 minutes of movement. Recalling one flashcard. Turning off your phone a bit earlier tonight. Do it once. Feel the difference. Let the rhythm carry you. Because no app, no supplement, no last-minute cram session compares to the clarity this creates. It's simple, it's human, and it works. If something in this sparked a little light inside you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, try it, build it, because the future doesn't belong to the students who study harder. It belongs to the ones who study smarter. And that can be you. Starting tonight.